How would you fix it?
Honestly, I'd start stroking guys. We're gonna take that long to get a stroke. It doesn't matter if you're. I mean, there's certain circumstances where even scratches it's understandable.
What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Cart Path Only, episode 4. Tim and Scott here with you. Scott, great weekend. I didn't get out. I got out Sunday. Beautiful weather. I think the best weather weekend of the year in Massachusetts here for you and I. I know you played a little golf. I did a nice little 9-hole walk with my dad, but got to see a lot of the 3M Open, which I know we ragged on some of these PGA tournaments a couple weeks ago. Always seems to deliver. And I think an 18th hole, it's a par 5, always works out well for a good finish. But it's hard to have a good finish when the best player in the world is 3 shots away from a kid straight out of, Delta Chi.
Yeah, absolutely huge. I had a crazy week, beautiful weather like you mentioned, and yeah, I agree. Crazy. Actually, this year, the non-signature events might be better than the signature events. It is phenomenal to see, some of these young guys, old guys, whatever, in the non-signature events. So I love it. I think it was huge. I think it was one of the better weeks on the PGA Tour this year.
Yeah, and I like Jackson Coyven. One thing about me is like the hardo golf guy I am, like I do love watching when they have like the college tournaments on Golf Channel, USAM. Like I watched a ton of the US Junior this weekend, which was insane. And we won't get into it a ton, but like Miles Russell, just absolutely crazy throughout all the rounds. And like those guys play so much golf in such a short amount of time that you can't really blame them for the way it ended. I mean, the kid he beat in the round was, I think he was 7 under in their match, and Miles Russell still beat him.
Insane.
So like that kid's going to be an absolute stud. I saw a tweet that was like, if you're a high school kid and you're not shooting in the 60s, like learn, like
Figure
take
out
accounting
insurance.
101 because you
like
got no chance, dude. And like, yeah, I mean, it's so crazy. It's such different golf. And since it's match play, obviously they're like birdie hunting and that, but like those kids are so good. McLaughlin, who won, like McClellan, something like McCallaghan.
Yeah.
Like so impressive. What a beast. And like to get in on an exemption and then go out and ball out like that, like kudos to you, man. US Junior champion. That's awesome. The list of guys who've won the US Junior, like obviously Tiger, Scotty, Spieth. I think Spieth beat JT and GT beat him in the NCAAs. But like Coyven, I mean, might have won the amateur or US Junior. I don't want to speak wrong, but like talking about Jackson Coyven, obviously his move is crazy. He's so athletic. That swing is so powerful. He's got that like, I know where my driver's going to go. I'm just going to let it rip and let it draw. I love that. Love seeing like guys get hot with the putter too and just like dominate. And for your first like PGA Tour, and he's been in a couple of these events, but like he's T10, and then like this one to be up, have Scotty Scheffler on your tail, and then like Ted Scott went to the airport when he had 2 holes left. Like he was like, "This is over.
Yeah,
this kid's winning." It's pretty amazing, and he's won 7 of his last 14 starts, including college. So
it's insane. It's like you said. I did see that tweet. If you're not shooting in the low 60s, figure out insurance. Figure out, take your LSATs, take your whatever exams you need to take, because you're gonna be an accountant if you're not shooting low 60s.
Hopefully you're an accountant. You'd rather be a sales guy, play some golf.
Yeah.
And you'd be a good sales guy at that. But yeah, no, great tournament. I love the 3M. A couple like notable moments, obviously Lucas Glover, and I'm sure we'll get to that later, but taking his shoes off to get the ball out of the hole. I love it.
I didn't even, yeah, I know. It's very weird. I didn't even
So he was
understand
pissed. The story was he was pissed because he's been wearing metal spikes for basically his entire career, and that's obviously been like a hot button topic before like anything. The original like tweet was that he was like taking a shot at the aim point guys, and he wasn't. He got a complaint called in about his metal spikes. He was wearing metal spikes, and a guy in the group in front of them was wearing metal spikes, and the group, an official on that tee had told them that they were getting complaints from the groups behind them. And like, dude, this is one thing, like I read, I think it's Dave Stockton or Dave Stockton on Conscious Putting, like by the time you get to a green, regardless of spikes or whatever, like there's been at least 10,000 steps in your line that day. So
yeah, and there's
that
so many
stuff never
ball
matters.
marks and
Putting's
there's
so
ball marks,
random.
there's steps. Yeah.
like so much can happen, and like that's why like you're so good at PGA Superstore when you're putting with a new putter, because you're not dealing with any of that. One funny thought from that, not to like steal the book, but there's a theory of the lumpy donut, which is like there's a 2 or 3 foot radius by the hole where people don't step. And so because people are stepping around it, it creates this like lump in front of the hole, which is why like conventionally they'll tell you to hit the ball past the hole because you want to have that speed to get over that lumpy donut in theory. But if you're missing a lot of putts that just tail off in front of the hole, that's why it's a lumpy donut. So little golf tip for you in there. But yeah, Jackson Koiven, first PGA Tour win. People are saying best young stud since like Jordan Spieth. Let's remember, Jordan Spieth had 2 majors and another top 5 by the time he was Jackson Koiven's
Spieth
age.
was
So
young.
put a
I was
little
gonna say,
respect on my
Spieth
man.
was young.
Yeah, he won when he was younger, and he won 2 majors by the time he was Jackson Koiven's age, which like no dig on Jackson Koiven, but like throw some respect on Jordan Spieth's name. Yeah, he can't putt. Yeah, we've been over it, but that guy was a dog when he was in it, and he'll find it again someday. I believe the Spieth tracker is in new hands, $75 purchase price if you saw that on Twitter. So
No way.
I'll take all the penny stock in Spieth. I'm going to say this till the end of the day. I'm buying them all. You know, Aerotime
Dynamic
Aviation.
Airtime International. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Have you seen penny stock Jordan Spieth? Have you seen the trenching stuff while we're on this combo? I know
I
it's been
saw
crazy.
people talking about it. Is it like the guys that
People are
tap their putter
talking
down in front
like
of the hole?
Kevin Kisner was talking about, like a bunch of the guys, especially with mallets, tapping their putter down, and it's like you're basically building a trench on your putt line for the ball. So they're like, are these guys basically like trenching a line for their ball with the putter? What are your thoughts on that? It's a curious thought.
I mean, it's gamesmanship, man. I think unless they're gonna start stroking guys, like why wouldn't you do it? If you have one of these big putters,
I would do it. Yeah, I would do it.
Have joined. By the way, huge development. I've joined Spider Nation. I traded in my Phantom 5.5 that I put a stability shaft in that just was way too stiff for me. Direct, no cash for a Spider ZT, and I love it. So I am Spider Gang now, and I might have to become a trencher. Like Timmy Trenches, sign me up. I might have to do it.
It's only
like
a matter of time.
If you can trench it, why not trench it?
It's only a matter of time until we all become Spider Gang, and we're just all going to be on the Spider. I think, I don't know who. Actually, Spieth is probably going to become the next Spider guy, you have to imagine, because he might be fighting against it right now, but at some point he's going to figure out how to putt, and he's going to be like, it was the Spider, and he's going to be like, Scotty figured it out, Brooks
I bought a Spider.
out.
I tried to get rid of this blade for like 15 years, and I had a red Spider that my buddy has in his bag now, and I was like, maybe I'll take it back, but he didn't have another putter, and I like saw this offer. I was like, I'm gonna do it, and I haven't played a lot, but I have been putting down low here in the basement, and I played 1 round and putted pretty well, so I'm happy with my decision. I got a huge match on Saturday that we'll get into that I need to be dialed for, so yeah, I'm
Big
Spider
Blade
Gang, and
Big Blade is shaking in their boots. They're nervous. Big Blade.
They have to be. Big Blade is in trouble right now. Well, Big might have good luck though, because LeBron's taking a helicopter to Philly every day. So that is good for the Blades. It's at least 4 blades that will be used.
It's not good for the climate.
It's better than a plane, though, right? I feel like a helicopter doesn't use it. I don't know. I mean,
I thought LeBron was a climate guy. LeBron was a climate guy.
Yeah, he is a climate guy. That's true. But the trenching thing, I remember people used to talk about, like, Xander Schauffele is a huge trench guy. Like, if it's inside 6 feet, he will tap that entire way through. I don't see why not. Like, I definitely think the first couple inches of your putt, do it. If it's not a penalty, go for it. I don't care. If it's not slowing things down, if it's not slowing things down and it's just like a routine, go for it with like any of this stuff. If it's like the Bryson thing where you're deliberately improving your line and trying to slide and then trying to pretend you're not, like, that's where I got a problem. I think the trenching thing is like, it's legal. People are doing it.
Anyways.
Speaking of the trenches, if you were in the trenches and you're one of the 7 people watching Live Golf this week, possibly the last Live Golf event ever this weekend coming up, Lucas Herbert with a W, and he had a good showing in the British Open. Oh.
Yeah, I gave him as my biggest winner at the Open outside of outside of what's his name, Ryan Fox, who won. But Lucas Herbert, dude, he's now in the top 50 again in the official world golf ranking. He's got his spot. He probably played his last live event. He played the last major. He's going to finish this right now. And his suspension like time is just going to start ticking. And next year he's going to be like good to go back on PGA Tour. And he's like one of the hotter golfers in the world.
Yeah, I mean, and one thing too, like we talked about last week, is like he's not one of these live guys that's going to get a lot of shit because he has such a normal name and he's such like a, not like an NPC, but like people aren't going to know he was.
He
on
hasn't
live
pissed
when he
anyone
comes
off.
back. So no, not at all. And that's like he's a guy that probably made a lot more money on live than he would have on the tour. That's like I get that, and if that's what you're going to own, go for it. You pay your $5 million and come back, like great. And
He's
now
one of
he
the
should
only
have his
case
$5
studies.
million to pay.
Yeah. I mean, he's one of the only
Yeah,
case studies.
there's like
but
a
yeah,
list
he's
of
made
like
some big
10
bank.
guys.
Not even 10 guys. Not even.
So, yeah, I mean, that's great. And Liv's probably toast. And Phil Mickelson's never going to play golf again. And yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Phil Mickelson's never going to be seen again. Poor guy. I mean, actually not poor guy. He probably should figure it out. He's old. He's got
Amy Mickelson, no ring this week, by the way. No wedding ring spotted out in public. So, trouble in paradise.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So, moving on, Scott. There was big news in golf. Jackson Coyven won. I think the biggest news in our circle is you hit your tee shot into the trees a little bit here, huh?
I don't know. No, I think I hit it pretty dead straight down the fairway. I had a big week in the content creation game.
Take me right through it, man. Tell me. So I know the crux of it. I obviously watched your video. I didn't get too deep in the weeds because I wanted to save it for the pod, but you went over to Tree House Brewing in Tuxbury.
Yeah, so basically Tree House Brewing in Massachusetts. It's a big brewing brand here in Massachusetts for those of you who don't know. Basically what happens is they bought Tewksbury Country Club, 9-hole course. Apparently it was pretty nice, just serviceable. They bought this course. I don't know what happens, but they don't have superintendent or assistant, whatever situation, and they have water issues, whatever it might be. So I go to play this place. It used to be nice a couple of years ago. And there's a bunch of fanboys of this beer. So I go to the course, place is a dog track. Every single green is gone. You get to the second green. We could put like a photo in the podcast. The second green was the worst thing I've ever seen. They like moved the pin off the green into the fairway and everything was brown. It was like, if you wanted to putt it, it's going to hop over mountains. It was a complete disaster. Anyway, so I get this video. I knew it was going to be gold. Treehouse has a lot of money, so I don't feel all that bad for trashing on them because I'm like, dude, you guys have the money and resources. I'm like, I'll go mow your lawn. Like I will take care of your dog track. Whatever amount of money it is that you have to get me to do that, like I'll do it. I'll do it for $20,000 a year.
Maybe that's what you do. Maybe you
I'll be the
become
dog track
John Taffer
maintenance guy.
You should be the dog track rescue. Shut it down. You could be the John Taffer.
Shut it down,
become
the dog track rescue. Anyways, this place is a complete disaster, so I leave the place. And I did know what I was sitting on in terms of gold, but I'm like, let me get out of this parking lot. And I was going to a networking event at another golf course that night. And I'm sitting in the parking lot at this other networking event at Granite Lakes, very, very popular place near here, very gimmicky.
Kind of probably what Treehouse is modeled after as far as their like this.
Yeah, the gimmickiness. Yeah, for sure. And like the beers and the whole thing, ordeal, whatever. But yeah, I go to Granite Lakes, post the video, it goes viral instantly. That night, Treehouse at 11:30, the CEO, and clearly I know it might not be the CEO, it's probably a PR team, whatever, sends out an email and says, we've refunded all customers for the past month. And I got confirmation. I have an inside source, an employee who doesn't really realize, but they were ratting to someone that I know that ratted to me, and they refunded over 500 people on my behalf. So they refunded tens of thousands of dollars of tee times. They sent an apology email, whatever. Seems like the CEO of Treehouse does not give a fuck, truthfully. We can edit out the language, but seems like the Treehouse CEO didn't care about the course. I also heard from an inside source that the Treehouse CEO was going to have a pro golfer who I might know the name, but I don't think I can say it because there's an NDA, but they were going to have a pro golfer go and film content at the course like a week or two after. And it's a whole ordeal. Apparently I am like the crux of their corporate meetings, and it's pretty funny. I posted the thing after. I was
So
like,
I'll give them credit though. Like refunding is a pretty solid move if
it's a lot of
you're
money.
not meeting the standards. It's a lot of money. So I do credit them for that. I do also cut them a break. And this is where I think we'll get into like that model of like hangout golf thing is like, it should just be the best range around is what Treehouse should be. Like the
Sure.
brewery part of it is incredible. The beer is great. The prices aren't that bad. The pizza is awesome. I went there for the World Cup game. We had a great time. We brought the kids. Like it was a great experience and it was nice, but like you're going to play a 3-hour like executive or executive course round. There's
Yeah,
a couple
executive, yeah.
par fours. You're never gonna, without putting in the money, get the course where it needs to be for people to be like, you go there and you're like, I found this amazing thing. Like I do think you're there to like screw around and play without a belt, and like that's
For sure.
cool. There's definitely a place for that. But yeah, like with a lot what some of these courses are charging, and I don't know exactly what they're charging, like if you were paying to play a round of golf, like there should be grass on the greens. And I understand there's a drought and like it hasn't rained really until today for the last couple of
The
weeks.
drought's not an excuse.
But
I don't like the drought
no.
excuse because I think
but
because
then
I think
turf
every
it. Like
course,
honestly, turf it. Like
Yeah.
turf the course. Like turf your greens. You could turf the tee boxes, turf the greens, and like still have a fun, put lights up. Like there could be a lot of cool things there. Like Treehouse, have us at the corporate meeting. Like we will save this golf experience for you. The brewery's awesome. Don't touch a thing. Maybe have a couple more TVs. But like it should either be the greatest par 3 or like it should be the greatest driving range in Massachusetts. And I think they're probably like, they could be like a month away from doing that. I don't think they're going to do that
No,
because they want to be off course, but like turf it. Like if you go to some of these other places, turf the tee boxes, turf the greens, and just like make it a gimmicky thing. And people will still have fun. Like I'll bring my daughter there and play when she's learning how to play because it's a lot less intimidating than my home course and wherever
exactly.
we'll be at that point.
I think my couple issues lie with kind of similar to what you were just saying. One, they pretend like they're a premier golf experience.
Yeah.
Don't
Own who you
don't
are.
tell golfer. Yeah, don't tell golfers like, oh, this is a good golf.
If you have
experience.
Grayson in the pro shop, you need to be bringing the heat on the golf course.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're trying to sell $150 polos in the pro shop, then have a good course. Yeah. But I don't care too much. I'm not a golf snob. I wouldn't have cared if they were transparent.
No, but if somebody was going to spend their money to go, maybe they're better to go a different time of year. And I totally agree with
same thing. And same thing. I'm like, what I say always about my reviews is people only have so many Saturdays and Sundays. They only have so much time in the year. Like it's New England, time is limited, and they're pitched like this great golf experience where they can go after into the thing and get beer and pizza. Like give people a great golf experience. And I agree with you. Like what I said was I will be the first person if they turn it around to go give them praise, whatever. But I'm like, turn it into the coolest mini golf course ever. Turn it into a putt, a disc golf place. Like, I don't know, just if you're not going to care about a golf course as a 9-hole golf course, don't lie to yourself and customers. Don't make people pay full price and pay as if they're going to play a 9-hole golf course. Like, tell them what it is.
Yeah, it would be. I kind of agree. Like, it would be a sick pitch and putt. Like, if they turfed it and had like a short course, like a lot of these resorts have for like putting, like a putting course, that would be sick. Cause then you could go and they could have all the beers and stuff like that. Like, that would be great. Like, one of my favorite course like that is a course called Mountain Shadows in Arizona, which is a former Marriott property. They turned into like an 18-hole par 3. There's a bar every 3 holes, cart girl, and like they're like pretty cool par 3s. Like, just own that. And it's obviously easier to maintain conditions out there. I mean, their water's a problem there, but they know how to deal with it. But yeah, so I think good on Treehouse for refunding players. Good on you for holding them accountable. And we will be there for the bar rescue / web redemption / complete redesign if they want us there.
Dude, I'll be on their board. I would be the first person to go and help them, but they don't want it. I can tell the CEO knows exactly who I am. The funniest part about the whole situation is they refuse to reach out to me personally. but they sent an email right after knowing it was me. And they very much like know it's me. The employees know it's me because I've heard from employees. Like employees are basically ratting to me what's going on
Yeah.
internally. And I'm like, this is awesome.
Hey, dude, all pub is good pub. All right, moving on from Treehouse. Is there anything else from that experience you want to share? Or are you good?
No, I think I'm good. I think just I hope they turn it around because I think there's so much possibility there. I think that's the biggest frustration with myself and other people is there's just so much possibility and they just let the place go to crap and they just are bamboozling people who are spending their hard-earned Saturdays there.
Yeah. So, all right. So moving on. So what do you got for golf this week?
This week, I don't have anything too crazy. We have this nor'easter thing. I might go to Sterling Farms, which is
I was supposed to play in, I think that's where my mass, or maybe Sterling National. Is it the same course?
Sterling Farms is in Connecticut,
Okay.
in Stamford, Connecticut, I think.
Okay. That's
But
probably
they
pretty
reached
nice.
out to me. It's very far. It's got to be nice. But they reached out to me. Seems like
Take
a
the
cool
train.
spot. I gotta take a little bit of time off of the dog tracks. I've been catching too many allegations that I've been hunting dog tracks, which I have a bit, but I'll
We
get
gotta
to
get you
some nice
down to
courses too.
get you down to ACC for a little oxygen refresh
Yeah, I
after
was
the Cup
talking to some guys
championship.
about some ACC, and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll get there to get away from the dog tracks. That will be like my retreat.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. All right. Yeah. Let's see. I haven't been
What do you
playing a
got? What
lot
do
of
you got?
golf. I have not been playing a lot. I have not been playing particularly well. I have a Final Four match in our club, like King of the Hill Net Club Championship, which is they call the Governor's Cup. I lost in the finals 2 years ago, giving 11 shots, 12 shots, because I'm 30 to 18 to go to a playoff, and gave a stroke and lost to a 4-3. I had a 4, which sucked, and I would have had a drivable par 4 next hole. So that one still keeps me up at night. But I have a chance at redemption here. My first 3 rounds, I beat a 12 handicap, giving him 11. I beat a 15, giving him 13. I beat them both on the 15th hole. And then I played another guy who was a real grinder, but I beat him on 16. This guy I'm playing is a 5 handicap now. So I'm only going to have to give, I think, and I'm up a little bit. So I'm only going to have to give him 2 shots, but I'm not playing great golf. So this guy plays a shitload of golf and I'm going to have to ball out. I did go to the doctor tonight and the doctors got me, getting in and up over and then really trying to swing my arms under my chest. So I think clear eyes, full hearts and trust the spider, get some butts, get the ball on the green, try to make some birds, but just par somebody to death. That's been my strategy in these tournaments and not looking ahead. But the final, I think I got like a 7 playing a 16. So I can get either of those guys. Who knows? I think this is my match. This is my Yankees in the ALCS. Like this is the one I have to win. So
Let me give you
yeah, I'm
some
getting dialed in Saturday.
Let me give you some inspiration. I had a note in our sheet here. Best shot of the week. I do have to give myself a shameless shout out.
Let's hear it. Let's hear
I
it.
played on Tuesday, networking over 9. Shout out Marketing with Russ. It's like another podcast. The guy does networking over 9, meets with local business individuals, creators, whatever else.
That's pretty cool.
And I'm playing with the guy. We do a 2-man scramble. We're on the 8th hole. It's like a 380, 390, par 4, whatever. I shank my drive, completely gone. He hits his drive into a fairway bunker. We're about 170 out, par 4, second shot. He shanks his sand shot. I'm like, we're totally screwed. And we're 1 under through 7 holes. I'm like, dude, we cannot go over par right now. Like, this is going to be embarrassing.
Yo, we're today.
We're 170 out. I take a 7 iron. I hit the thing like 7 feet out, hit the putt for birdie, 2 under through 8. No big deal.
Bang.
Nice and easy. Done.
Sandy Greeny or Sandy Birdie, double junk. Love
Pretty
that.
impressive. Pretty impressive.
That's very
Sand on the second
170,
shot.
dude, too, because that means you had to get the ball up and let it go, like Tiger Carnoustie or Matt Fitzpatrick.
Yeah,
in Brookline.
nice draw coming in. I'm like, oh, that looks great.
Love
I'm like,
it.
that's the best draw
Toe
I've ever hit in my
contact.
life. Yep.
I had my
And we
best
got it
shot
on
of the week.
video.
That's epic. That'll be a good clip. So when Treehouse guys come at you, you can tell them you know ball. My best shot of the week, I almost got a hat trick on the 5th hole at Andover, my 3rd career hole in one. I hit a 7. It was like 168 into the wind. Hit it, looked so good, drawing towards the pin. went right behind it and then like disappeared for a second. I like threw my club up and then I saw it go behind. It ended up being like 2 feet long and left, so it might have actually scraped it. But I still, to this day, have 2 hole-in-ones both days the bar was closed at my course. So I know I have a bar tab at some point in my future. Shout out to my brother-in-law Devin though. He had his 4th career hole-in-one at Atkinson Country Club like 2 weeks ago.
That's
His
incredible.
4 at
Atkinson's a great course.
yeah, he has 1 at his home course, I think. He has 2 at Bald Peak in New Hampshire, which is sick. And then he has 1 at Atkinson. So 4 hole-in-ones. Like I have 2. And in a family, like normally you're gonna be the winner, but I got a lot of work to do. So I thought, and we've had both of mine, he's made 1 in that year. So I thought I was dialed to die him up. Maybe I
You
could
thought
use
you
it
were
this
the
weekend.
guy.
Though.
Yeah,
Maybe this
I mean,
weekend I
could be
use
the
it,
weekend. Film your par threes.
I'm due
I
to
was at
hole
a
out,
course.
dude. I haven't holed out since October.
I was at a course and hadn't drank in a month. This past month, I hadn't had a single drink. And yeah, and this guy, I'm standing on a par 3. I'm like 1 under through 6, I think. So I'm having a solid round for myself, whatever. And we're on a par 3, and the guy goes, "If you got a hole-in-one here, you having a drink?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm blacking out. I am running this
Buying
entire
Budweiser.
town. Yeah, I'm running this entire town out of alcohol. If I
That's
hit
a
a
good. That
hole-in-one,
would be
I'm
a
like, "Are
great
you kidding
way
me?"
to like give yourself a sobriety pass.
And the
Like, I'm gonna be
sobriety
sober
streak.
until I make a hole-in-one.
I mean, that would be brutal, dude. Imagine that could go years. You've got like big life events, weddings, whatever.
You know, you give yourself 3 months.
That's
Every hole-in-one, you get 3 months of going off the rails. Then you go to Kendall Roy's rehab center for a month, and you'd be okay.
3-month bender.
All right, moving on. So this is a burner-verse question that I wanted to get your take on. The way the par 4 works is you have 4 shots. Your opponent, or I'll rate Scott's hole, he'll rate mine as we go through here. But this week's par 4 is dream sponsor. So you're a PGA Tour player, to set the stage. You have 4 sponsorships. So you get your hat sponsor, you get your club sponsor, you can do hat, club, bag sponsor. So like the logo you want in your bag, and then your shirt sponsor. So, and shirt and hat can be the same. If you want to, flop one out of the trees and take a shirt sponsor or hat sponsor or shoe sponsor, whatever. But you have to have your 4 sponsors here, and I'll let you tee off first. You have the honor because you've had a big week. So take me to the tee box. Tell me what, and obviously we can't steal each other's. So tell me what type of sponsorship, and then tell me who your sponsor is for your tee shot here.
I'm taking clubs, and I'm taking TaylorMade. It's everyone's go-to these days, but my whole bag is TaylorMade. Absolutely love the clubs. I've never once hit a shot in the past 3 to 5 years and said it was the club's fault. It's always the Indian, not the arrow. So TaylorMade's never caused an issue for me. I don't need to change. I'm not one of the guys who switches clubs in and out or whatnot. TaylorMade's just a staple, and every single tour player out there is, using them just almost across the bag, even putter these days. So I don't know, but what do you got for your tee shot?
So for my tee shot, I'm going to go with a clothing sponsor. So I'm going to go with Peter Millar as my clothing sponsor. I want the Cam Young fit. I want the gear. And then, so that's what I'm going with for the brand. That's where I want to wear. And then the logo on my shirt, I want Chick-fil-A. I want to be the golfer on the tour who's got the Chick-fil-A. I want to make birdies. I want to look you in the eye and say, "My pleasure," when I kick your ass. So sign me up for Peter Millar Chick-fil-A collab, head to toe. I could go red hat, I could go white hat, I could go red shirt, I could go white, maybe throw a little like general manager's blue in there for Sundays. Like, my pleasure, sign me up, extra side of sauce. Like, I'm all about that. And I think that's a great start to my hole here.
I think that is that's a very strong start.
All right. So now we'll go snake. So
we'll
I'm away.
snake.
I'm up. I'll go here. So I don't have to take clubs until the last shot, and I'm not going to, because
I took a good one.
We play different clubs. So I'm going to save those. You took the clubs you want. I wasn't going to take what you took.
That's fine.
And that's just, it's just different strokes for different folks. But what I'm going to go here for my bag sponsor. So I have Chick-fil-A. This is a personal one, and this one's probably going to ding me, but I want a Dallas Cowboys star on my bag. I want Jerry Jones writing me a check. I want to be the captain of the team in the TGL, and I want a big Dallas Cowboys star on my bag, navy blue bag or silver bag looking like a helmet. Thought about going Buckeyes here. Think that would be good for my alma mater, but I think that would be the mojo that could switch it up. I know Scotty uses a Cowboys ball marker still to this day, so that's a little nod to my guy there too. But sign me up for that. Favorite sports team on your bag. That's my bag sponsor. I'm going with. Pass it off to you.
Now I don't want to be
And
that
I want
guy,
that to
but
be known. I want it to be noted. If you're thinking about this and grading this, it's your favorite team's logo. So
that's right.
it's not the
Will
Cowboys. You're not stuck.
that's
I don't
right.
get an F just because mine's the Cowboys. I could
I
get a
was
D,
gonna
but
I was gonna say you might not ever win in a playoff ever with that bag.
yeah,
so
but those checks might be nice. Those checks might be nice.
yeah, and it looks good. And it looks good.
Definitely looks good.
I got a crazy one.
Okay.
Crazy one. This is gonna really piss some people off. Corporate sponsor, Tree House Brewing. Let's get it on. Tree House Brewing. They love me. You know,
Something's brewing, man. There's a partnership brewing.
I'm gonna be the model of turning this around, like the show that you said. I'm gonna turn around Treehouse Brewing. They love me. I love them. It's a growing relationship. It's like a budding flower. So I think
I love it.
I think that's my corporate sponsor.
I love it. My miscellaneous sponsor that I want to go with, I already took for clothing Pierre Millar and kind of like jam Chick-fil-A in there. My miscellaneous sponsor is Essentia water. So I want, when I'm playing, I want one of those big bottles of Essentia. It's always cold. I want the condensation dripping off the side of it. I like the way it fits in the hand. I like the way it refills well. But if I could get a fresh Essentia on the tee box in the cooler, now I'm like hitting my approach shot here. I'm actually using my birdie putt, but I love an Essentia. It's my top water, and that gives me, I can tap in my putt with my clubs in the next selection.
I like that. I like that a lot. I think this is my approach. I'm going with Grayson on my approach.
Yep.
I think it is fine-tuned. I absolutely love Grayson. I have to say, every single time I go into a pro shop or into, the merch tent at an event or whatever, the Grayson stuff is always what impresses me.
It's the best.
Trust me. I love Peter Millar. I absolutely love it, but they're always sold out when I go to like the PGA Tour events and whatnot, or like whatever. And the Grayson stuff, honestly, might be better quality. And it is so good, great quality. I love it.
Yeah, and I actually little hat tip for like the wife guys here. I'm wearing this is an H&B holding a Born Cabot piece, but I did go to Cabot a couple years ago, and now every time I go on a golf trip, my wife wants some Grayson gear. So this is an awesome. So I'm just folding laundry, so I saw it, but great little Grayson zip up there. I think she has like 4 courses of that now that she's never stepped foot on, but like she's walking the baby, and people know she knows ball. So
side note, before we get on to our last, have you seen Cabot Revelstoke?
Yeah, it looks unreal.
It looks so good. Anyways,
you might have to go and roast it, so we have to go back and bar rescue it.
No, I wish I could roast it, but it looks so good.
Spend a week there to fix it. That would be, it looks incredible. All the Cabot stuff, it's first class. If you have the chance to go to any of them, like shameless plug, free plug.
It's hard
my experience in Nova Scotia was unbelievable.
Yeah, please Cabot. That's our number one.
Yeah, let's do it. I've only played Nova Scotia. I'd go back. Like if you needed your first experience there, I would pass up on Citrus or Revelstoke to go back because it's the best.
That being said,
all right,
I'm going to cut you off. Let me just go for my last putt in because
I stole your last turn.
If whatever, it's okay. I'm taking Sun Mountain Sports bag. I like Sun Mountain Sports.
Yep, great bags.
Been a fan of them, and I'm probably going to put. Honestly, you made me think of it. Maybe a Cabot logo, maybe something like that on it. I
like that.
Cabot. I am a big Patriots guy, but I love the Cabot properties. I have to say, I'm like every single Cabot property, even Citrus Farms catches allegations of being gimmicky or whatever, but I'm like, the properties are just so good. The experience,
the cookie, the Trackman range, the short course, like it's a dream experience. It's the only thing only golf trip resort I've been on that rivals Pinehurst. And I did both of them in back-to-back months and have no complaints about either.
Fair enough.
That's a great pick. I think before
Close
I even
yours out.
say, I think you're either making par or birdie. I'll give it to you. When we did our test one, I roasted you because we did food and you had hot and cold all
I
over
had
the
bad
place.
choices.
You had hot dog and ice cream and it was just a mess, but you really tightened it up here. You're there. I think you get me here. I'm going clubs. I'm going Titleist. I play Titleist driver to wedges. I have the Scotty Cameron always with me, but I am trying out the Spider now. I did try the Lab. I did Titleist clubs. I did the fitting at a cushion this year. I've never hit my irons better. The driver I've had 2 or 3 different editions of, and I love it. I'm obsessed with it. It's the best part of my game. So I'm taking Titleist all day long for my club sponsor. And yeah, that's it. I think, you can give me my score. I think I'm probably a par or a bogey. I think the Cowboys
par
star, the
bogey.
favorite team star, probably you up. I was thinking kind of like just following the Cam Young thing, raising MLB, but I love the star, or maybe even like a Buckeye leaf would probably what I do. I think Justin Lower does that. Does the Buckeye leaf.
You should have done the Buckeyes because then at least like that's
corporate too, and I could
that's
get
an
like
organization. Yeah, at least the Buckeyes win stuff that the Cowboys don't win anything.
That's why I went to Ohio State. I was like, I need a winning team to follow. But shout out Ohio State Scarlet and Gray Scarlet course, Corn Ferry Finals.
You're like, yeah, I'm tired of losing.
Yeah, I did. It was a very easy palate cleanse for me. I showed up. They won the first college football playoff, and every 10 years they'll win another one just to keep me in it.
Yeah.
That being said, training camp starts tomorrow. The Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl. And yeah,
come on, Pats are going to win the Super Bowl easy.
My body didn't even believe what I said there. As soon as we're definitely not going to clip that, but as soon as I said Cowboys in the Super Bowl, I just fart go right through my body.
Yeah, your body was like, even you don't believe.
No, I don't. All right, so we're at our time here. You pick. We have 3 options left. We have a shrink or grow. We have a mailbag of the week. We have a who are you stroking or take it to the clubhouse. Pick one, ride with it, and we'll call it a week.
I want to do mailbag because this is a scenario that I know of well. That was from someone that I know. So that was sent in by a personal connect. And I would love to hear your feed. You give the question and feel free to give your take first on it.
All right. Okay. I played in a scramble at my local 9-hole course this weekend. No gimmicks, no mulligans, no bullshit. Somehow a team turned in a -16 and won by 4. Are you calling them out or just letting it go? Thank you. That is from Josie in Mrs. Smith's 4th grade class. Thanks, Josie.
This is a real actual mailbag send-in. It was over 18 holes.
We need a name.
They were 16 under, but I don't want to call the
Wait,
guy
it was
out
18 holes or it was 9 holes?
It was 18 holes, but they won by 5 strokes, something like that. And it was, I saw these guys. It was not.
Okay. All right. So that would be my questions for you. Is it a public course or a private course? Was it a member scramble or a charity scramble?
Public scramble.
Okay. So there's no credibility in there at all. If like, you said what they look like. I know what they look like now. 16 under for 18 holes is not,
It's not crazy, but they were not scratch golfers. I was watching them scramble. I saw them on multiple holes and I could see them across the course. And I'm like, these guys are scrambling. Saw on a par 5, they're like playing from the rough. And I'm like, you're not getting there in 2 from like deep in the rough, like 175 out.
Yeah. So we talked about this like maybe 2 episodes ago about the scramble, like culture and all that. 16 is believable, I think, where like once you get into like 18 plus, that's when I get doubtful. Now, the fact that they were 4 clear of the field is concerning. This is why I think the scramble playoff is the ultimate like way to do it. And like you can incentivize groups to be like, if we finish in 4.5 hours, we will have a scramble playoff. And I think that's the way to do this. I think, yeah, I mean, you definitely could call them out. My point is like, what's the prize? Are they winning like anything other than like $200 pro shop credit? I don't like if it's like a real prize, if they're winning a trip to Cabot or they're doing something like that, like then you call them on it. The problem is like you just with the scrambles, unless they're caddies or unless there's some kind of score tracking, like you just can't. You can't. Like, there's no way to prove it. You're gonna, either make yourself look like a fool or make them look like a fool, which is fine, but they'll probably still win. Like, my thought here is like you're putting the pro shop staff in a weird spot. So I think you just laugh and say, I can't believe like these. I'm just assuming like out of shape guys went out and had the day of their life. Like, if that's what gets them to go home and like smile, like go for it. You know, I I don't have a huge problem. I feel like the scramble, you're signing up for bullshit tomfoolery. I do love the scramble raffle, as I mentioned in the past, but
The 50-50.
9-hole
Yep.
course, 16 under. I'd like to know how big the field was, because if the field was only like 12 to 18 groups, like this is more believable because there's just more variance there. If it's like 36 groups and they beat 35 teams by 4, then you're like, then it's bullshit. You can definitely have an issue. But I do think it's weird. Like, if you're in second place, like, does it give you more incentive to call them out? I don't know. Maybe it does, but then are you just doing it for personal gain? It's a mess. It's a sticky situation, as the folks would say.
See, I'm torn on that. I was on property for this day. I did get sent this from avid listener of the podcast, and I think it's thank you for listening. I think it is a very real qualm, because I was standing on property. I was playing a little golf. I know the course. I was watching. Every single time I saw these guys, they're in the rough. They're playing from the bunker. I'm like, how are you in a bunker in a 4-man scramble? And coming in at 16 under.
Joey's just
like,
money out of the sand.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you, just like holing out every single sand shot? Like, I just don't see it. I almost called the guys out, but I was like, actually, one of the guys on the team threatened to fight someone else who was on the course. So
so they were cheating. If he threatened to fight, they were cheating. That's proof.
So that's where I chose not to step in.
Yeah. If you're defensive about it, you're cheating. That's like the ultimate tell of like lying and like being like, I'll fight you or we'll go over. It's like, no, like then you're bullshit. So yeah, you could have called him out. Good on you for not calling out. I'm not a call out guy. I'm more of like a talk shit and make jokes about you.
I thought I could be. Yeah, I thought I could be like the Yip Strickler type guy who could like step in and like playfully call it out, or use my platform for this. And I quickly heard one of the guys on the team say to another guy, like, you want to fucking fight? And that's when I said, I'm not going to say anything. Nor do I care, because I wasn't even playing.
If that would be really good if it wasn't like an ING fight. If it was an ING, if it was no ING and then fight, then I think it's hilarious. Like, if that's what they were going to do, like, let's get it over with. Let's F and fight and just go through it. Like, good, love wins. So if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I do think this is like, why I'm a non-confrontational guy is like, when I was younger at my course, I caught like an older guy cheating, and he had a reputation for cheating. My partner called him out, and it was like super uncomfortable. And then the next day, in front of literally everybody there, it was like 60 carts, he tore this guy like just a new soul. And the guy's still a member there, but like lives by one of the holes, and every time somebody on that hole hits it right, like it's such an easy line where you can be like, dude, don't worry about it, that guy's a cheater anyways. So like, I do like having that in my back pocket and not being the guy who had to like do it, because I like the like unspokenness of it. That being said, if a guy's like threatening to fight you, like, you're a cheater, and like you're in a public scramble, dude, it's probably for charity. Like, it's not that serious. Like, it's not going on your like UGR world ranking if you win a scramble.
It was for mental health, which I thought honestly was a bit funny, because I'm like, this guy's like threatening to fight at a scramble, and I'm like,
it's a cure for male loneliness.
Yeah, I'm like, talk about mental health. Like, this guy wants to get in a fist fight at the local muni scramble. So
he's stealing money from the research that could be caught saving his own problems, man. That's tough.
Insane.
That's tough.
And there was booze. There was like one of those putting competitions with like a boatload of booze. I was like, I don't think that like all this booze is necessarily like it doesn't really like pair well with the mental health thing. So I don't really understand that from the charity scramble.
Awesome. All right, man. Well, episode 4 in the books. Thanks for joining us. We kept it under an hour this week. So for the feedback we got, that's just for you. But thank you for listening. Thanks for joining. We'll have some clips. Scott, hopefully you're the CEO of Tree House by the end of the next week. And hopefully I'll have a championship match to preview. If not, and I lose and I fail spectacular because I haven't played enough golf, I will break that down as well. So thanks for joining us. Please subscribe. Please share. We have really good viewership so far. YouTube lacking a little behind the streaming stuff, but hey, if it's easier to listen to Spotify in your car and that's your jam, share it that way. So thank you very much. Stay on the cart path. We appreciate you. Peace out. Hit 'em straight.
Thanks, guys. Talk soon.
Peace.